All right, there we go. All right. Looks like we got a few people on already. Lawrence, thanks for joining in, Lawrence. So let me turn the volume down, and I hope we have a lot of people asking questions, because this video is going to be as controversial as I can make a video. Haven't been on Facebook Live or even our YouTube station for a couple weeks. As you may or may not know, my dad passed away, so just had to go back to Ohio and deal with that. So sorry about that, everybody. But today's video, and I know my dad would like this video. My dad raised me in the auto body industry. That's why I'm in this trade. That's why I'm doing the polishing business now. I totally believe that. It was because of my dad's leading and guiding and just taking me through these pathways and helping me to learn the auto body trade and really shown me a lot of grace as I was learning the trade. Definitely I'm glad I had a dad like that, and I've been blessed in the auto body industry. But today is going to be something really, really fun. I hope you think it's fun. You may not know anything about CSI products. You may know a lot about 3M right here. And we are going to talk about a direct comparison between 3M system and CSI. We're going to talk about the price, and we're going to talk about the quality. And you're probably wondering, why do I only use 3M? Well, 3M is the giant in the industry. Nobody's bigger than 3M. Globally, nobody sells more compound and polish than 3M. In every warehouse all over the United States, 3M is the main product, main program. Does it work? Yeah, it does work. It absolutely, you can make this system work. You can absolutely, positively make this system do what you want. Do you have to be trained? Absolutely. You have to be trained. Can you make a mistake? Absolutely. And here's why. Here's the biggest reason why. This is compound. This is the pad for compound. This is polish. This is the pad for polish. This is, I'm going to call it glaze. I don't know what 3M calls it, but that's what I'm going to call it. And then this is the pad for that. Number one, number two, and number three. These are the three programs or three products for their absolute best system. I went down to a paint store this morning and purchased everything that you see here. Guess how much this cost? $300, over $300, over $300 for quarts of product and buffing pads. Now, take a look at ours. One single product, a cutting pad, and a foam pad. And I can tell you, we've done all the testing at the biggest MSOs in the United States, the biggest, $1 million a month shops. 30% savings over this system right here. 30%. So even if this was 300, and even if this was 300, we're still a 30% savings in material, just in buffing. But this is $300. This is $100. Maybe it's $110, depending on your jobber. So $110, $300. Now, that by itself should be a reason for you to look at CSI. Just to look at it, just to say, hey, you know what? Maybe Tom's not crazy. But that's not the only reason. That is absolutely not the only reason. In the auto body industry, we only get paid, well, sometimes we don't even get paid for the color sanding and buffing process. But if you are and you're a body shop and you can get the insurance company to pay you for color sanding and rubbing, you know you're not getting paid enough. Absolutely not. You're not getting paid enough. Now, that being said, the techs that are coming into the trade, they have to get up to speed with this system or ours or whoever's system. They got to get up to speed really, really fast. Use this and a wool pad to cut out all your scratches. That's compound, right? Then you go on to this, and then this and this. So 3 products, 3 pads. That means there's 6 steps here. There are 6 steps to buffing. If I make a mistake with this liquid and this pad, that's going to be a problem. It's not going to be fixable when I go into step number 2, and then, really not going to work if I, mess up this whole program. So on the procedure, or SOP, standard operating procedure, for doing anything in the trade, whether it's putting a quarter panel on or skinning a door or painting a car, buffing a car, if you do it wrong, you're going to have problems. And every single body shop that I have been in the past 20 years, that's my job, is to ask that question. Have you ever had swirl marks? Of course, they're going to say yes. Absolutely. Because, one, you're giving an entry-level employee tech these products and say, go have at it. And because there's so many steps here, there can be lots of problems. Can I make this work? Absolutely. Can an expert make this work? Every single solitary time. Every single solitary time. An expert can make this work. How do I know that? I'm an expert. I made this system work. In my body shop, we won lots and lots of first place paint awards using 3M products. So, did I make it work? Yes. But the moment I took my foot off the gas, I have to go into the office, I have to take care of a customer, I give it to an employee who may or may not have experience, and we have problems. So that was the whole reason I'm coming out with CSI. Looks like we got a bunch of people tagging in here. Let's see if anybody's asking any questions. Cut the bill and okay, cool. So I got a lot of people commenting. That's cool. Thank you guys. Ask questions. I will come back to that. I will come back on there and check it out. But let's look at CSI. Let's look at how simple this is. Keep it simple. Those lips, those big giant red lips, there's a reason that we're using those big giant red lips. Keep it simple. K-I-S. K-I-S. Keep it simple. One single product, cut with a wool pad, finish with a foam pad. Now, maybe it's because my dad passed away that I'm doing this gauntlet challenge. I don't know. But I'm just, I get these questions all the time, and I just want to make a solid video on how we compare with this system right here. There's, lots of this product being sold all over the world. And, we're moving up. We're getting out there. But how are we different? With this wool pad, now this is a pre-washed wool pad. We have white wool too. You're going to get a little bit more fuzz. You still get some fuzz with the blue pad, but you're going to get a lot less fuzz with our blue pad. We have a ring system, so the backing plate fits right into the ring system. It's Velcroed on. You'll get about 100 pulls and then just throw the pad away. But hopefully you've thrown this pad away way before 100 pulls. A buffing pad is good for between 12 to 20 panels, and then you should throw this pad away, because you're going to have paint transfer. You're not going to have color transfer because we're doing mostly clear-coated work. We're not doing single-stage work anymore, hardly. So you're going to get clear transfer on this pad. So it's very, very important that you resharpen the wool. That means run a spur, a screwdriver, something through the wool to sharpen that wool back up. But once the wool is saturated with clear, just throw the pad away. They're not that expensive. Throw them away. Now, what is CSI? This is not called Cream-X either, right? Ceram-X. Ceram-X. It was made and developed for the ceramic clear market that PPG came out with way back in 2000. That's what this was developed for. Super, super hard. They said unbuffable. CSI did it. CSI was able to take the scratches out and make it absolutely perfect with one single product. So obviously we sold a lot of product to that market. You don't hear a lot about ceramic clear anymore. I don't know why, but we kept the name, Ceram-X. Works great if you're doing ceramic sealer program, if you're a detailer, you're doing paint correction, this is the only product. But today, we are only really discussing the auto body market. Now, what kind of a scratch is CSI Ceram-X polish and D1, the blue wool pad capable of taking out? Now, we recommend in our standard operating procedure, and if you're using CSI, we have a text sheet. So just call me. You can text me, 714-906-6619. Text me anytime. I'll send you out the text sheet, or send me your email, and I'll send you out the text sheet on every procedure for these two pads and this product for cutting and buffing in a body shop with no swirl marks. But in that procedure, we recommend that you sand to at least 2,500 grit. That's what we recommend. That's our standard operating procedure. Why? Because I'm going to have a lot less questions to answer if I'm specifically stating 2,500. Now you might say, well, we don't use 2,500. Okay, cool. What do you use? 2,000, 1,500, 1,000 grit, 800 grit, 600 grit? What do you use? What do you finish with? And it just becomes, it's just an efficiency issue. They make those different grit sandpapers to make you more efficient. And we say take it to 2,500. There's no need to go to 3,000 or 5,000 or 8,000. No need to waste your money on all those higher level sandpapers. Just use 2,500. But what is this product and this pad capable of removing? Now I'm going to tell you, and I doubt that 3M would take this challenge. This is their compound, this is their wool pad. This product and this pad, I have personally taken out a 320 grit scratch. That means there's a ton of clear on the surface because you're going to be taking off a lot of clear when you're taking out a 320 grit scratch. Those are big, giant gouges. And it was some custom shop. I think it was out in the desert, Palm Springs area. And he said, I've got 10 coats of clear on here. We've got a bunch of graphics, like lowrider graphics on there. What can you take out? I said, well, let's hit it with some 320 and see. So I said, I hope you have enough clear on there, because when you knock down your edges with the DA, and all he did was 320 on a DA, and he took all the edges off, and he did have plenty of clear on the surface, and then we went right to the wool pad, and using a lot of product and a lot of pressure, totally took out a 320 grit scratch. Now, you can call me out on it. You can say, no way, Tom, that's impossible. I guarantee you that if you have enough paint on the surface, and it's hard, it's dry, it's all those things, that you can 100% remove a 320 grit scratch with this wool pad and this product. And you can do it in direct sun because of the way that this works. So it is totally different. So here we have $300 worth of product. These are quarts of product. And I just picked this up this morning. I went down to a local paint store. Local paint store sells 3M, and they also sell CSI. I bought all the pads, And there's a little adapter that goes with these pads because you need a special adapter to make these double-sided foams work. It's pretty slick, actually, but it's really, really, really expensive. So this is going to be over $300 just for 3 quarts and 3 pads. This, you can go online, you can go to the jobber store all day long for $110. Comes with a backing plate, 2 pads, 1 product, and you're going to do exactly the same kind of work that you're doing here with these 3 pads. Now, the biggest savings is the amount of labor and the amount of money you're going to save on product. This is and has been tested at one of the biggest, the multi-shops, MSOs, one of the huge multi-shop owners, 30%. So the front line of that shop, there was a 30% savings if you use only CSI Ceram-X and our pad system compared to this system. Now, if we look at three products, 3 pads, we look at 1 product, 2 pads, which one is going to be the easiest system to teach your body shop? Now, we do teaching for free. If you're interested in seeing, we'll hook up the reps. If it's close by here in Anaheim, I possibly can come out there and show your guys how to make this system work in the sun, shade, or whatever. And we guarantee no swirl marks. We guarantee no swirl marks with 1 single product. Obviously, this system, if it does work, is going to be a lot easier to teach than this system. This system can be very frustrating because if you don't get this first product right, if you don't get all your scratches out, then the second system's going to struggle. The third system won't even work if you're stuck with straight line sand scratches. Ours can fail too. If you don't cut with the wool pad all the scratches out, well, there's no sense in going with the foam pad. There's no sense at all in doing that. So when I hear that there are scratches, got to go back and hit it with the wool again. But at least there's no contamination between these pads. So I'm going to put the same product on this pad as I do on this pad, right? Now, with this system, put it on here, buff it all out. Here's what 3M says. Totally wash that system. Totally wash it down. You need to look and make sure there's none of this left on the surface, because if you go to this and their black foam pad, I think that's the pad that they recommend with this number 2 system. If you have any cross-contamination, that's going to be an issue. And of course, if you have any more cross-contamination, so now you've got to wash between every step, and that's standard operating procedure for this system. Does it work? Yes, it will work. But what's the cost savings, or what's the time going to be? If I got to use 3 pads and 3 products compared to 1 product and 2 pads. Obviously, a big, big difference. And how much are you getting paid to do this? Some shops, 0. So this becomes a big ticket item for your bottom line. And what we want to do is help you to understand what CSI is doing in this marketplace. We are not copying this. No. I am a old, frustrated body shop owner. Very. I've been doing this my whole entire life, since I was a kid. And in the beginning, this is so much fun doing this stuff. All my buddies would come to my dad's shop, and my dad would be like, "Why are you doing that?" "Oh, I can't wait to buff somebody's car." Well, that goes away, soon. You don't want to buff anybody's car anymore, not unless I have to, because it takes a lot of time. And then when you're done and you got swirl marks and, everybody's blaming you because you didn't do something right, it's just very, very frustrating. So when all the glamour goes away from a trade, that I thought, I was getting into just to learn process. then you would find that this side of the trade, there's not enough money. I want to get into the painting side or frame straightening, metal finishing, all that side, because that's where, the techs make more money. So CSI said, we need to eliminate this nonsense. This here becomes nonsense, especially when you see that this will take out a 320 grit scratch. This by itself will take out a 320 grit scratch. And I mean, a lot of people are going to say, Tom, you are on glue. There is no way you're going to take out a 320 grit. Let's go. Let's see it. Let's go to your shop. Let's go in direct sun. I don't care how hot it is, in direct sun. Black panel, put a ton of clear on it. Give it plenty of flash time so we don't have any solvent popping on there. And let's hit it with a DA. Let's see how much deeper of a scratch we can take out even than 320. Because this product will do it. If there's enough clear on the surface, it will take out those scratches completely with one single product. So I just wanted to kind of go through, a demonstration, talking points on the difference between multi-product system, whether it's 2 or 3 products, and every compound polish manufacturer has copied this system, except us. We want nothing to do with this. I don't want to answer questions. I'm not trying to put a bunch of SKUs, a bunch of part numbers into my program to say, well, I want the money, right? I want to sell all this stuff because I want to line my pockets. No, I'm still a body shop guy. I'm still a body shop guy, and I still want to give you the answer to something simple. I want to get done with the buffing side of it. The buffing side of a car is important. I mean, if you're detailing and this is what you do, that's the most important side of your job. But as a body shop owner, I've got color matching, I've got straightening the metal, I've got painting the car. I've got a whole bunch of process steps in there that I need to do perfectly, and I don't want to spend much time here, especially when I'm not getting paid hardly nothing to do this in the body shop business. So CSI, guaranteed it's going to be less money, clearly less money, 300, 110, clearly less money. Now, I'm saying that we're a 30% savings, labor and product usage. You'll check that out for yourself. Can CSI actually outcut this compound? Yeah, I believe it can. One, we're going to take off less material than this product, which is a safety issue for, when you're doing repaints on a car. Mill gauge measured to be safer. And, I've talked about these numbers before. 3 on let's say a panel that we just painted, we put on a tack coat and 1 full coat. So it's called a tack and a whack. If you're familiar with Spieshecker's system, you tack it and you whack it. You put a full wet coat on. And and Spies was what we had in my shop. So when doing that, I need to take off as little material as possible because I can burn the edges. So you sand it with 2000 and then you buff it out. If you take off any more than a 1/2 mil, that's where you start to run into problems on your edges. CSI was the first product that I know, we did all of our testing at one of the big OEM facilities, and they said they've never ever seen that barrier of 0.5 of a mil broken. So the idea, the concept was, can we? And we did. 0.3 of a mil removal of all material, including the 2000 grit scratch, all the way to a perfect finish. This formula right there. This, I have no idea. I have no idea how much it takes off. But because you've got so many different steps going on, and you've got what I call rocks in a bottle, if you feel this stuff, it feels like gravel. And what do you think it's going to look like if I'm buffing out they're saying, I don't even know what they're saying to color sand to, because why would you use a compound that's coarser than a fine grit sandpaper that 3M is capable of making? They have 8,000 grit sandpaper. Why am I using a compound if I'm sanding anything with 8,000 grit? So are they saying, if you're using this system, don't use 8,000? And then are they saying, don't use 5,000? Don't use 3,000? What are they saying? I'm sure it says on the directions back here. But why make those sandpapers then? Why make those high-grade sandpapers if you're using a compound that actually scratches more than the fine grit sandpaper? It just doesn't make sense. Or, are these companies all just trying to make me, a body shop owner, frustrated? More gray hair in my head. And my hair wasn't gray when I started in this business. It wasn't. I had no gray hair. Now I got a head full of gray hair. And it did. It came from this body shop industry. Now it's all gray. Maybe that's just something that happens. So with CSI, you're going to use one single product to do all your cutting and then all your finishing, all with this liquid right here, CSI Ceram-X polish. So let's see if we've got any, let's see if we have any questions on here. Got a lot of people on here. Adrian, Tom speaks facts. Let's see, we got, I don't see anybody asking. Sorry everybody, I've got somebody, I'm on camera, Bill. I'm doing a video. I'm doing I got a big glass door and I've got people out there watching. So, let's see, Lawrence uses our product. Man, we got a lot of people chiming in here. Does anybody have any questions about what I'm saying? About these multi-product system and one single product? Does anybody have any questions about that? Okay. I don't see any questions. All right, cool. Well, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about today. I just wanted to, lay down the challenge for the body shops that are maybe on the fence with using a single product program. I am a body shop owner. I've been doing this my whole life. I'm not just a formulator for making this product. And this product isn't there to say we're competitive with that. It is here to say we replace all of this. This $300 program, we 100% replace with one single product. So if you have any questions, if you want to see a demonstration, you're a body shop owner, let me know. Give me a call, 714-906-6619. We do have distributors all over the United States now, and I will help to get somebody in your shop. If your jobber's not on board with even hearing what we're talking about, because, they feel we're going to take some money away from them by saying no to this 3M system or anybody else's multi-product system, give me a call. We have websites. We have a big Amazon store. We will get our product into your hands. My job as a body shop owner is to help you, a person in the auto body trade. I hope all my distributors understand what Tom is doing. I am about helping the auto body industry to keep you from being frustrated on doing something that should be simple. Should be absolutely simple. And yes, this is simple for an expert. This $300 system is absolutely simple for an expert. This $110 system is more simple for an expert. It's going to save you a lot of time. 30%. 30% savings on time and 30% savings on product. So, that being said, give me a call if you need anything, 714-906-6619. And, I'm here all the time. All right? So thanks for listening, everybody. We'll be back next Friday for the Friday Live on CSI.